everyone, this side Shiva Chauhan and we are live from Economic Times Education EdNext Pune. We have with us Dr. Shankar, former chairman AICTE and Chancellor RB University Nagpur. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. This is an amazing experience meeting people from the education field, and it's been some amount of learning for me as well. With all the changes that are happening in technology and so on. So that's my. It feels great.
Okay. So, sir, if you can let us know one takeaway from the conference, what is it?
The educational conferences, they all, stress upon various aspects of today's education. It has been very structured with introduction of technology and so on. So most of the conferences, they talk about introduction of technology and so on. But what I've liked here is it's very specific to the developments the technology has on education in the current milieu. So therefore, technology, in fact, the advent of applications like chatbots, like which actually are developed on the generative AI and so on, they have brought in some profound changes, and we expect that those changes will manifest themselves in much more serious manner in times to come. The future of education, I believe, will be all about hybrid and adaptive learning. So the technologies that are being discussed in the conference, they all are essentially based on how this hybrid technology would evolve over a period of time, and how the adaptive concepts come into education. For example, in a system, you always have an input, there is a certain process, and there are certain outcomes. That is true for education as well. And we measure the outcomes, measure the gaps. We have something in mind as the benchmark. So what we measure may not really reach the benchmark. So therefore, there are gaps. So in a typical closed loop system, what we measure the gap as the error, and we again go from the input side. But that takes a lot of time to settle, and the perturbations in the system, they take a much longer time to settle. But therefore, what we really require to do is adaptive concepts built into education. So, if we look at there are multiple things that influence education. For example, students is an important factor, faculty is an important factor, then the infrastructure, the facilities that one has, the amount of technology and the controlled fashion in which technology is sought to be implemented, the society, industry. These are all inputs to make the quality, define quality for education. So therefore, every single element in this chain, in this supply chain, has an input, has a process and an outcome. For example, students have certain kind of quality of students I get, certain kind of faculty I get, certain infrastructure I have, and therefore the methods to improve quality of the student should center around the student rather than looking at the entire system. Similarly, if I want to improve the faculty, I need to know what are the inputs that go to the faculty, what is the process that I am talking about, what is the outcomes of the faculty as a unit that I have. So therefore, every single element is now looked at separately, and each one has a loop which needs to figure out what the gaps are and correct that. So that amounts to adaptive learning. And within the student space, the students have, some of them are fast learners, some of them are slow learners, some of them need additional information depending on how they understand the concepts and so on. AI and machine learning algorithms, they bring in that value proposition into the system, which is also being discussed in the conference. Now, what really happens is there are AI algorithms which check the pace at which a student is learning, and also define the gaps depending on the assessment matrix that exists. What concepts he has not understood, she has not understood, and what should be done, what kind of additional material should be provided to that student so that this becomes a little more better in terms of understanding for the student. All that happens through AI today. There are learning management systems. There are commercial ones available. If an institution is interested, they also can use an open standards Moodle and customize that and build a LMS for themselves. So there are several opportunities today in education. All those technology initiated aspects are being discussed in the conference, and I believe it adds value to the participants at the end of the day.